Today I'm going to be reviewing a new fragrance from the house of Alexandria Fragrances. For those that aren't familiar, which most of you watching my channel obviously are, Alexandria Fragrances is a clone house, an inspired by house. They do mainly clones of fragrances at a fraction of the cost. They also have their own original creations as well. This one in particular is called Costa Bella. It's a newer one from the house. Is EDP concentration. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Rose d'Amalfi. For those that aren't familiar with it, it is a relatively simple fragrance. I have not smelled the original, so I will be just letting you know how this smells, on its own. But the fragrance itself has rose, there's pepper, there's almond, and what else? Rose, pepper, almond. I believe there's mandarin in there as well. So I'm just going to let you know what it smells like. Again, it's not a very complex scent profile. I can tell you right now, smelling off the atomizer, I've not sprayed this yet, but you can smell it. It smells good, and it also smells like it's going to be potent. Atomizer is a little weird on this. Also was primed, so that's probably why I was smelling it. Ooh. It smells a lot more effervescent and airy than it was off the atomizer. Oh, but it smells good. It smells very elegant, very classy. And it's not a powdery rose. It's not a grandma style rose, like an old lady rose. It's a fruity rose, and it comes off like a fruity rose fragrance. The almond smells good. It's not obviously like a metallic almond or something that you would pick up in something like Pegasus, even though Pegasus has kind of a powdery aspect to it. It's not really coming off too powdery. There is a slight powderiness though. The main note you're picking up in this is definitely the rose, but again, it's not done how most rose fragrances are done. This is very fruity, but you get that rose backing. And the almond as well. It does have this kind of effervescent almost vibe to it, especially when you first spray it. It smells kind of like sparkling almost. It might be the pepper kind of coming out as well, again with the fruits. This smells really good. You gotta like rose. It's definitely rose dominant. I mean, obviously the name itself, it's Rose d'Amalfi, it should not be a surprise. It's a fruity rose. Again, it's got this kind of effervescent vibe to it. There is this nice almond note in here. It's unique. It's definitely a lot different than most other rose fragrances. It does not smell like something like Parfums de Marly Delena or Mancera, Roses Vanille. Nothing like that. It is not that kind of style fragrance. This is more, I would say, kind of leaning essential, but they both are classy. And I do think, especially Roses Vanille from Mancera is a little more on the central side because of the vanilla. It gives off this creaminess. But this is kind of, I would say this is more central. It's more fruity than something like Delena. Smells so unique. I do really like this. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Tom Ford fan usually. There's not a whole lot of Tom Ford fragrances that I'm big on. But I'm really, really liking this. It also smells like it's going to be super potent. It sounds like it's going to perform really well. I won't know until I test it out, but just based off the scent profile, it smells like it's going to project, and again, it's going to last. But if I could summarize kind of the fragrance profile, it's a fruity floral vibe that you're getting from this. You're getting a lot of kind of like fruit and then the rose. Again, there is the almond there as well. I'm going to see real quick what other notes are there, just out of curiosity. There is a spiciness to it, which is probably the pepper. But I want to see if there's any other fruits, because I do smell a lot. It smells like a lot of fruit coming out. There is certainly a sweetness to this. So pink pepper, bergamot, Indian mandarin. Okay. Rose, almond, and heliotrope. So definitely the bergamot and the mandarin, you're getting a lot of that fruit. Both of those are not surprisingly in the opening. with the pink pepper, the roses in the middle, almond and heliotrope are in the base. Now you're getting them all at the same time. Again, as soon as you spray that, that's when you're getting that kind of effervescent vibe. It's those, fruits mixing with that pepper. Comes off very fresh, very bright, crisp, and then you have that rose backing and the almond as well. It smells really, really good. It's staying pretty unisex. It's not as sparkling kind of smelling, but and the rose definitely comes out more, but it is there throughout. I mean, not surprising that it is, again, the name of the fragrance. This is good though. If you're looking for a unique fragrance and you like fruity style fragrances, I certainly would recommend this. If you like something like that, and again, this is a different take, so don't think if you have something like the Lena or Mancera Roses Vanille that you don't, this would be redundant. It is not at all. This is a completely different, take on rose, and it smells really good. Look at that juice color too. So anyway, that's a quick review. I think this smells really good. I am honestly very impressed. So yeah, and as with Alexandria, you can smell the quality. You can definitely smell the quality in this. It smells very good.